Hey guys, so make this kind of a quicker one tonight, but I uh, I was in the truck with my middle son earlier today, and he said something that got me thinking. He said, thanks for spending time with me, Dad, and it got me kind of thinking about time and what's really important, whether it's with our kids, with our spouse, with our friends, with anything else in life. Is it the time or the stuff? Obviously, I think everybody understands and would agree that it's more time and presence than it is material things and stuff. Most. Granted, there's going to be some that don't agree. So, really got me thinking, what if time was like a publicly traded commodity, like traded on the stock market? What if you could invest money in time and buy time? What would you do with that time that you can invest? I talk about this whole man up piece and what that looks like and what that looks like manning up in. And I'm going to just talk about kids, just because it was my son who brought up the topic for me and got me thinking. What does that look like as far as that manning up piece with your kids? I think what it looks like that being willing to spend dedicated time. I was reading one of my friends read the book and the pre-written book, and he wrote a review of it for me, and he was talking about his dad and how his dad gave up golfing for 15 years while he raised his family, his boys. Gave up something that he loved to do because other stuff needed to be done. Not because he wanted to be a martyr or anything else, but because other stuff, there was things that needed to be done that he had to do, that had to come first. He wasn't selfish with his time. His wants, his desires came second. Now, I think there's a fine line of juggling and balancing where if you're not doing something that you want to do or that fills you back up, you're not going to be able to pour into other people. So I think there's that. Don't get me wrong, you shouldn't negate everything that you do. But at the same time, my dad always had a rule. You can play as much as you want, but playing didn't start till the work was done. Once your work was done, do whatever you wanted. He didn't care. So I think that's one of the important pieces of when we're dealing or trying to man up with our kids. It's being in that position of being able to give them time that that they need, that they deserve, and it may mean taking away from our own time of doing certain things that we may want to be doing, either selfishly or things that we enjoy doing. It may mean doing that for a period of time. And that can translate over into, your spouse, your field. One of the things I did with Brenda when we decided that we were going to grow the business that we're in is I wanted to show her how committed I was, and I gave up my fall hunting trips that I did every single year. These are trips that I had taken since, gosh, I was in my late teens, with the same guys and doing the same thing, going to the same places. Something that I looked forward to every year. And at that point, before we started really growing our business, I would save every year, all year long, just to be able to afford to go on those trips. But again, it's that piece of time. There's only so much time in a day, only so much time to get things done. And my commitment level to her and to us as a couple and meeting our goals was that, to the degree of, okay, I'm gonna cancel what I like, what I need, or what I want, which is short term right now, in order to fulfill what we want to do together. So think about what you're doing with your time. I guess that's what I'm going to challenge you guys. And whenever you start feeling sorry for yourself, think about the end game. Think about, they often say, one of the sayings out there is, live like nobody else today, so you can live like nobody else tomorrow. So what does that mean? Sometimes that may mean you sacrifice today to achieve something that most people aren't willing to sacrifice right now, so that later on in your life, you'll be living the high life, living like nobody else is living, because you took the time and invested the time in you, in your business, in your wife, in your kids, whatever that looks like. I can guarantee you this: if you invest time into all these areas that I talk about in the book, whether it's as a husband, as a father, in your field, or whatever business it is you're in your faith, in your friendships, and in yourself, if you will take and invest strategic time. Now, I'm not talking just time just for time's sake. I'm talking focused strategic time. If you invest that time back into those things, the payout on those things, I did a video called Cost versus Reward. The cost of the time invested is going to be absolutely nothing compared to the reward you get out of it. So I guess that's kind of what I was thinking about today, guys. Hopefully that that hits and gets some people thinking, get some people going. As you're going through your day and looking at how you're spending your time, just to get you thinking. Again, I'm not going to call you out or say you're doing something wrong, because we're all moving forward in making imperfect progress in all these areas. And my whole goal is just to get you thinking, because we don't know what we don't know. So, all right, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm having fun with it. Remember, if you want more, we're going to be doing some more blog stuff, manupproject.com. Next week we got some fun things coming with some Man Up Challenge stuff that we've got in order. I can't wait to kind of unveil that. I believe we're going to do it Sunday night. So, yeah. Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking and hopefully encouraging people to continue moving forward with everything. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Catch you later.